What if Superman wasn't born under a lucky star, but was a small kid with a terminal illness, given one unimaginable wish? Yes, like a genie. Fascinating, right? Enter Superior. Welcome to Mark Millar's heart-filled, gut-punching parody of Man of Steel. In today's video, we'll be unraveling the origins of this iconic hero from Marvel's iconic imprint. It's going to be one hell of a story of hope, sacrifice, and heartbreak. And why shouldn't it be? Imagine a boy bound to a wheelchair suddenly gets to live the life of a savior. We have it all in this video. Superior's origins, his role in Marvel Comics, his powers, goals, and personality, all straight from the pages of 7 issues. We hope you're ready to soar in the world of Superior. Who is Superior? So who is Superior? He's just a boy. Surprised? Yeah, he's a 12-year-old boy who goes by the name of Simon Pooney and lives in New York City. His life takes a tragic turn when he gets diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. This masterpiece was created by Mark Millar and illustrated by Laniel Francis Yu. Superior is more than just a comic. It's a love letter written to Superman with a dark, heart-shattering, and human twist. It was published under Marvel's Icon imprint from 2010 to 2012. Simon is not another hero born with powers. He's a little kid who idolizes superheroes and gets a once-in-a-lifetime chance to become one, but at a devastating expense. Simon Pooney was not always a kid with his spirit battered. He was once a star basketball player with a very bright future waiting for him. He wasn't weak, he was good-looking, and had a tight group of friends beside him, including his best friend Chris Turner. Life hits him with shattering news, and he gets diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. In issue 1 of Superior, by the time we meet him, he's confined to a wheelchair with a weak body. He tries to find an escape through movies and comics, his favorite being Superior. Through the Superior, Simon sees everything he wishes he could be. A hero who's strong and invincible. One night, everything in Simon's life changes. A creepy alien looking like a monkey appears at Simon's bedside. He reveals his name is Ormon, and that he will grant him one wish. It can be anything. He just has to name it and it's his. Simon becomes skeptical, but he's excited too. Desperately, he wishes to become Superior. Ormon grants him his wish, and Simon turns into Superior. He becomes tall and muscular with a flowing cape. Suddenly, Simon can do everything that he wanted. He was lifting mountains, flying across the city, and shrugging off bullets. So this is a good story so far, right? But no, there is a catch. It's revealed later in the series that Ormon is a demon who randomly chose Simon, and that the wish that he granted came with a price. That price was his soul. There are certain aspects to this comic that set it apart from your everyday superhero story, like how Simon's transformation is a choice given to him, and how it's only a temporary gift. The fact that this gift also makes Simon confront the burdens of the gift of being a superhero, and how he is constantly given a choice to go back to his original life also makes it pretty unique. Simon changing into Superior almost feels like a personal win. The creator Mark Millar uses Simon's vulnerability to fuel and ground the story, making it feel personal and it connects to the audience. It's brilliant work, and when it comes to the Superman mythos, it asks and answers some real questions. As a kid, everyone at some point has wished to be a superhero. But what would a real kid do with those powers? How in the real world would a kid keep those powers? And what would he sacrifice to keep them? Role of Superior in Marvel Comics. Superior is very different from the usual Marvel Comics. We've established this fact through his personality, but it's also true when we look at its story setting. Its creator and illustrator, Mark Millar, and Laniel Francis Yu had full creative control over the comic, meaning it's a creator-owned series. Also, like Spider-Man or Iron Man, Superior is not part of the main Marvel universe. Instead, he's part of the world that believes superheroes are fictional and meant only for comics and movies. But all this changes as Simon becomes a superhero. Simon's story slowly unfolds over the comic's 7 issues, revealing his role as both tragic and heroic. After Ormon visits Simon, he transforms Simon into Superior for a week, and Simon spends a week living his dream. Simon as Superior stops disasters, saves people, stops crimes, and even inspires his friend Chris Turner, who thought Superior was just a Boy Scout. His first heroic act happens in issue 1, where he stops a bus from crashing, showing off his strength and quick thinking. For a boy of his age, it may be all about showing off, but not for Simon. These powers became a way for him to reclaim his lost confidence and life that being diagnosed with multiple sclerosis stole from him. The worst part comes with the stakes rising. It happens when Ormon reveals his true identity. In issue 5, Simon comes face to face with the reality that his dreams and wishes are tied to a deal made with the devil. He must sell his soul to remain Superior. And just when you think things couldn't get worse, Ormon pulls an even dirtier move. He offers the same deal to Simon's school bully, Sharpie. And guess what? Sharpie jumps at the chance. Ormon turns him into Abraxas, basically Superior's big bad in the comics universe. This dude's a total wrecking machine, hell-bent on destroying everything. Now Simon's back to being his regular self, stuck in a wheelchair, while the world's about to burn. And here's the tough part. He has to choose. Either let Abraxas wreck the world, or sell his soul and become Superior again to stop him. No easy way out. Simon's role peaks in the last issues. In the 6th and 7th issues, he chooses to become Superior and defeat Abraxas. In these issues, he does defeat Abraxas, sclerosis and saves the world and gets to keep his soul. But how does he outsmart Ormond? Well, he finds a loophole. Ormond was gloating even after the defeat because he believed he had Simon's soul, so he won when he looked at the bigger picture. But here comes the loophole. Simon as superior is immortal and his soul cannot be claimed. Ormond gets punished for his failure. He's dragged back to hell. Simon's victory is bittersweet as he goes back to being a little kid with multiple sclerosis. As for the world, for them, Superior becomes a fallen hero who saved them from the apocalypse. The Superior comics stand on the theme that heroism isn't about punching bad people, but choosing what's right and being selfless without choosing oneself and personal gains. The series hasn't done crossovers or gone beyond into other Marvel series or universes. It's very appreciated among the fans as it's emotional and makes you think of superheroes in a more humane way. Power, goals, looks, and personality of Superior. After briefly exploring Superior's story, let's explore what makes Superior tick in the Marvel Universe. Firstly, let's start with his powers. Being an homage to Superman, you might think he must have the same Kryptonian powers. And that's true. He can fly, lift heavy objects, has great strength, super speed, can hear the lowest decibels, and see through things. As we reach Superior issue 2, we can literally see Simon trying things and exploring his powers with his friend Chris Turner. He practices by lifting a car and flying faster than a jet. In Superior issue 6, he stops Abraxas from throwing a ship, showing that Superior has mind-blowing strength. For a little kid whose life revolves around superheroes, this must be thrilling, almost like stepping inside of a movie. When we talk about Superior's goals, they keep shifting all throughout the series. He was once a boy with a terminal illness who just wanted to fly and walk again. He just wanted to escape his life and live the life of a superhero he idolizes so much. But when Ormond's real intentions are revealed, his goal shifts. He's now more selfless and wants to protect the world from Abraxas and save his soul in the process. He wants to be a hero beyond his powers. In terms of his looks, he looks like any other classic superhero. Tall, broad shoulders, chiseled jaw, and black hair, just like a regular superhero archetype. Wondering about what his costume looks like? Like Superman's iconic design, his costume has a red cape, blue suit, yellow belt, and a bold S emblem. Neil Francis Yu's art did a great job of making Superior's character look larger than life. The creators outdid themselves by creating Simon's personality. We think it outshines everything. He's a kid with the maturity that most adults do not possess. His childlike enthusiasm is overshadowed by the clouds of his illness. In the early issues, we see him bitter, frustrated, and angry at the world and its unfairness. In the later issues, we see him getting playful again by racing with jets. We also see parts of him that are empathetic and gentle. As the comic ends, we see Simon growing up. It's like we all grew up with him. He resists the temptation of power bravely. He chooses to save the world instead of remaining superior. Gripped by the world's struggle, his character is inspiring and relatable. Marvelous verdict. The creator Mark Millar and illustrator Neil Francis Yu created a masterpiece Superman parody that is heartbreaking and hopeful at the same time. Simon Poone's journey is inspiring for kids and adults, from being a bitter kid with multiple sclerosis to a boy who's joyful and hopeful again. It shows how much power superheroes hold and how much they can change someone's life positively. Mark Millar's dialogues and Neil's art makes the comic pop and keeps it interesting till the end, although some fans didn't like the demonic twist. All things aside, if you're a Superman fan or love reading fresh takes on this genre, Superior is a must-read for you. It's a sweet reminder that to become a superhero, you need a big heart more than you need some enemy-crushing powers.